Thank you very much. My name is Asif Iqbal, and I am here today to take your speaking test on behalf of Oasis Informatics. There will be three segments in the speaking test. On the first part, I would like to ask you some question of your personal interest, your opinion, your arguments, whatever. And the second part, I will give you a topic on which you have to speak about 1.5 to 2 minutes. And in the third part, I can ask you some random question, maybe related with your first and second part. Okay. Would you please tell me your name?
My name is Fariha Iqbal, and you can call me Fariha. My friends and family call me that.
Okay, Fariha, welcome. Where do you live?
Even though my hometown is in Kushtia, but since I am a student of the University of Rajshahi, I live in Rajshahi town currently.
Okay, Fariha, let's talk about advertisements and your personal experiences of advertisements. Actually. Okay, do you like advertisements while watching any program on media?
I don't really like advertisements that much because I find it a little bit distracting when I'm watching a program.
Okay, it is commonly said that advertisements play a big role while purchasing any products or making decisions. So, what's your opinion?
I think advertisements are pretty important when it comes to the marketing of a product and how far they can reach to the people, general people. So I think if we see in the perspective of their economic benefits, so it's pretty important.
Necessity of advertisements in media or social media or TV. Actually, which is more effective? Uh, Advertisements on television or social media?
Advertisements on social media are, in my opinion, obviously more important in our present times because I think televisions are becoming less popular, especially among the young generation. And when an advertisement is on social media, I think it reaches a lot more people because people generally spend more time on social media nowadays.
Okay, great. It is often said that through an advertisement, actually, we are not able to know or have a real picture of a product. So, is this true?
I think it's often true because it's pretty normal that when a company makes advertisements of a product, so they'll obviously try to make it as attractive as possible to reach people and to motivate them to purchase it. But the downside is that it often uh, covers up the flaws that the product may have.
Okay. Have you purchased any products earlier considering any advertisements?
Yeah, actually, I've purchased quite a lot of products, and even my cell phone that I currently use, that's also purchased through an advertisement.
Okay, Faria, we have just completed our first session. Now we're in the second part of our speaking test, which is usually mentioned as a cue card. I'm going to give you a topic on which you have to speak about 1.5 to 2 minutes. And you will have 1 minute for making your preparation. So, are you ready?
So yeah,
Okay. So, would you please write down the topic? Okay. The topic for you today is a cue card. So, you have to describe a time in your student life when you were appreciated by everyone uh, for your good academic success. So, one of your academic successes. And the sub questions can be like actually when it happened and what you did actually. What was the consequence of your success? And after that, what happened? So, you have 1 minute for taking your preparation. So, your time for the preparation starts now. Okay, thank you, Faria. Your 1 minute is over. So, if you think that you have taken your preparation, you can start your presentation.
Thank you very much. I'd, I think I'd basically love to share about my experiences in my JC exams. And although it was quite a long time ago, it was back in 2014 and almost 11 years ago. But I think I still vividly remember all of it because it was the first board exam where I did really well. I was already known as a good student in my school, and all my teachers appreciated me well. And I was a second place holder in my school. I think the JC exam was still a little bit uh, confusing to me because it was my first board exam experience. But I really studied very hard, and I actually love to study by myself rather than going to tutors or coaching centers. I tried to prepare all by myself. So when the results came out, it was really an nice feelings that I managed to make such a good result all by myself. And it was very nicely celebrated by my family. I remember we went to a restaurant here in Kushtia to celebrate it, and we also went to some distant tourist places such as the Rangamati, and I remembered those experiences very well. And it actually motivated me a lot to do better in my future exam. So that was an important event of my life.
Okay, thank you. We have just completed our second part of our speaking test. Now we're in the third part of our test, and I would like to ask you some random questions, and you can expand your answer. So let's talk about uh, wild animals and birds. Okay, so do you like wild animals or birds?
That's my biggest passion actually, and I'm very much interested in wild animals and birds. So even the reason why I'm studying in the Department of Geography and Environmental Studies is basically because of my passion for wild animals and birds.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so in your country, where you can see wild animals and birds?
I think there are not a lot of places in Bangladesh where we can see wild animals in their natural surroundings. But I think most districts still offer some places where there are a lot of trees, or even in the riverside areas. I think in those places we still have some wildlife left. And other than that, we have some nice sanctuaries, and we also have forests like the Sundarbans or how I think those also offer a pretty diverse wildlife until now.
Okay, great. Uh, do you think that it's important to preserve wildlife?
I think it's even more important than we generally recognize because I think they're a really important part of our ecosystem, and they're basically an integral part of our environment because a place or a natural area cannot function properly if the balance is disrupted. So I think they're really important.
Okay, so any of your experiences of watching wildlife, can you remember instantly?
I do remember. I'd like to mention my first experience where I went for bird watching here in Kushtia. It was in probably in 2016, as far as I remember, and it was for watching migratory birds. We walked along the Gorai River, and at that time the place was a lot more natural, and we got to see quite a lot of species, which were nearly all of them were new to me. So I remember that very well.
Okay, so I can ask you like whether the wildlife are an attraction for the tourists in your country.
I think in Bangladesh, tourists are less interested to see just the wildlife. They're more interested in natural surroundings and the nature. But I don't really think that people really know a lot about wildlife here in this country. And since they're not really very much aware of it, so they're not always interested to take it as their primary interest when they visit a place.
Okay. Thank you, Faria. Thank you. We have consumed our allotted 12 minutes. Thank you for your presence, and I hope that you have enjoyed the session.
Thank you. Thank you very much.